Alright you guys, welcome into another video. Today, I am here to recommend Chaos Zero Nightmare. This game released October 22nd, I started playing it 3 days ago, and it has me hostage. Save me. I've been playing this game non-stop, and I cannot sing its praises enough. First up, elephant in the room, it is a gacha game. It is somewhat predatory, so know what you're getting into, because I know some people are like, oh, sorry, it's a gacha game, don't recommend this, but if you like gacha games, if you don't mind it, if you can, hold with your steel will and be free to play, go for it. So, Chaos Zero Nightmare is a roguelike horror game with anime girls. That right there sounds like music to my ears. I love every single one of those things. So, I hopped in. I saw a TikTok, which, told me that this game existed in the first place. I saw anime girls getting ripped apart. I saw the card elements, like Slay the Spire-esque. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting into this ASAP. I hopped in. I played it for a couple of hours. I'm now level 30. I've played it for a good amount of hours by this point. And it did wonders. So the first couple of hours, I didn't really enjoy, just because it's mainly tutorial. It's a lot of dialogue. And let me tell you guys, I skipped through every single dialogue we get in this game. No offense to Chaos Zero Nightmare, I do that for every game I play. Unless like the game is like very story intensive, I'm just like, okay, get me out of here, dude. I want to get to the meat and potatoes. And let me tell you, that steak, brother, it is juicy. So why would I play this game rather than any other card roguelike? Well, for me, the main selling point was the fact that this is live service. We're going to constantly get more and more updates as time goes on. We're going to get more and more characters. And I just really like that aspect. Some people like games where you hit the end and you're done. You'll never touch it again. Me personally, I want a game that I can really sink and invest my time into and feel like it was somewhat well spent. And when it comes to this company, I'm not too familiar with them, but they are the ones who made Epic 7. And that's been going on for about 7 years now. So if that game can last 7 years, I'm expecting this to last just as long. So I don't mind investing my time into Chaos Zero Nightmare. So you might be wondering, Sai, how does the game work? Well, funny you say that because I have the game pulled up right here. That is right, here we have it, Chaos Zero Nightmare. Ignore me, I'm looking at my achievements. These are the characters. Each and every character has 8 cards to start with. These cards can be customized. Like any good roguelike, you can upgrade the cards, you can delete the cards, and etc. That's a lot of fun. And that is where the variety comes in, because you build teams of 3. So base level, you have at least 24 cards in your deck. And you just keep on going over and over until you defeat the enemy. Yada yada, you get the gist of it, right? You have a brain. And here's the fun part. After you beat the boss at the end, you can take the deck you made through your roguelike run, and you can save it. Not a lot of games let you do that. You can save your decks, which I'll show you mine right here. As you can tell, very different from this one. I deleted a card. I actually deleted 2 cards, and then I duplicated this one. And not just that, but I changed its ability completely almost. And I can take this build now into other events. I can take this build into boss battles. That's awesome. That gives you a reason to play. And here is something I want to touch on. I hate it when gacha games really limit what you can do after you run out of stamina. This right here, up top, 73 out of 240, that's my stamina meter. After hit 0, obviously, I can't really do anything. I think most events cost, let me see here, like 20 to 60. It's expensive. I feel like they should fix this up a little bit, in my opinion, but I'm just greedy. But yeah, it's like, damn, like I hit my cap for the day, I guess I'll just log off now. Not the case here, because the roguelike element, it's called Chaos Manifestation, and I believe it's also a Zero system, which I have not unlocked yet. I should be getting there pretty soon. This is where you build your deck. This is where you get your equipment. And here's the kicker. You can play this endlessly. There's no cap to this. You can build up your team on the side while you're waiting for your stamina to replenish so that you can upgrade your characters even more. There's a lot of ways you can upgrade, build, and customize these dudes. Really. Like, let me show you real quick. So I showed you the cards, right? Oh, here's your cards. Yeah, save data. You might notice this. This is equipment. This is one type of equipment. There's two types, but this is the first one. These are kind of like your artifacts, where it's like, oh, here's a 30% stat boost. Your character gets like damage mitigation, yada yada. Yes, you get these through your run, and you could save them too. Next up, this right here is the potential system. You can upgrade your character with all these. Next up, you have memory fragments, which are a secondary type of equipment. These are not run dependent. They'll follow your character all throughout. You can level them up as well. Next, you also have partners. And these partners give your character brand new abilities, stat bonuses, and each partner also has a ultimate ability you can use. So yes, you can really flex your character making skills hard here. And of course, if you pull duplicates of a character, you can also upgrade them further on the side. I got really lucky with my pull on Renoa, let me tell you. And one good bit of customization, by the way, are the cards. Like, look at this right here. These are beautiful. You got like holographic animated cards on the side. And you might be wondering, how do you pull that? Well, let me just show you guys the gacha real quick. Let me show you what you're working with. It's called Rescue. This is the main character they're featuring right now, Haru. I haven't really pulled for her too much. This is another character. This is a partner card. And you have this. So yeah, these are pretty much where you pull all of your characters and partners. But you have this at the bottom, which is a prism module. And when you pull one of these, and I believe every character has one, when you pull one, you can later upgrade your cards and make them holographic. I think it's a cool little system on the side. Yes, it is another gacha mechanic, but personally, I haven't spent a dime on most of this. The most I've done was buy the battle pass because I want to unlock like things a little bit quicker. You know, I do want to make content on this game as time goes on, so I bought that for sure. But generally, I've been free to play. And here's another great aspect, but because the customization is so vast, you can turn even 4-star characters, free to play characters, into monsters. Believe it or not, 2 of the best characters in the game are free to play. Actually, 3 of the best characters are free to play. So yes, you do not have to pay money in this game to actually win or do anything. No. If you have the skill, if you take the time and go into chaos mode and build up your deck, you're gonna be a-okay, brother. So you might be wondering, how does this all work? Well, glad you asked. We'll go ahead and hop into this right here. Let me see here. Boom. Yes, so this is a standard run. Of course, you have other events that are very different from this, but this is where the meat and potatoes are at. We start off with card epiphanies because of the mode we're currently playing. This will automatically upgrade our card's base level. That's awesome stuff. These are mental afflictions. Because the monsters are so scary in the game for the characters, if you get hit with enough stress, your characters will divulge into one of these forms. And what this does is that it negs your health bar. You lose 1/3 of it right away, which really sucks. And 2, your character will not do anything until you play 5 of their cards, which sometimes that's really easy to combat because you have a lot of cards. Sometimes that is really awful because you're destroying cards and you're trying to focus on a strategy. Here we have just pretty much like an artifact, right? Increase max health, we'll take that. So boom, we have a map right here, and kind of like Slay the Spire, it's set up in a whole thing where you got fights, you got question marks, which are events, you have the orange campfires where you rest up and you can buy things from a shop, you have the purple, which are elite enemies, and then at the very end of all of this, you have the boss. Now, after you beat the boss, you can head back to town and you can save your build. And here's the fun part too. Even if you lose a fight, you still can save your build. And it is free as well. You get 3 chances to save builds per day. So I think that's pretty awesome. You know, it doesn't punish you too hard for losing. Just to show you guys what combat's all about, here we have it. So I'm just going to kind of like autoplay essentially. So yes. You hop in, you have your AP down here. You have 3 points to start at each turn. You can get certain abilities to boost that up a little bit. And all these cards, they have a cost on the top left. They're segmented into attacks and skills. Attacks, obviously, will attack. Boom and boom. And skills can do things like heal. Or they do wacky stuff like this. You add a Decibel, which is her unique ability. And it activates the top card of the draw pile, which is all RNG essentially, right? And yeah, that's pretty much how the game runs. And then you end your turn, and then the enemies perform their attack. So they're both going to attack right here, 2 tail whips. You can tell what they're going to do based off of the icon below. So right now they have a shield and a star. That means that when we either play 3 or 4 cards, they will activate these abilities, or when we end our turn, here, we'll just go and end it. It hits 0, and they just do it right there. So yes, tail protection skill activated. So yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. It looks really complicated at first, but after you play for about 2 hours, you kind of get everything nailed down. So yeah, I'm just going to go and leave that screen, go and leave the battle, head back to town, and that's pretty much it. There's a lot more on the side I could explain. Like, there's a whole city aspect where, you know, you talk to your characters, you build up that relationship level to level them up some more. You also have like a diner where you can like get stat boosts on the side, which is very worth it. These are actually really cheap. I'd recommend everybody to hop over here and do that pretty much before each run. You got your classic story mode up here, which, like I said, I know nothing about the story. The only thing I've heard about the story is that the English is sometimes really wonky, and I've noticed it. I don't even play the story, but let me tell you, some of the cards are worded somewhat poorly, as well as the missions. That's just how it is. I really hope they fix that in the future. I feel like that's an easy fix. And yeah, overall, man, I just recommend this game highly. If you're looking for a gacha game, if you're looking for a nice card roguelike, this is what I've been playing. I have been sinking my teeth into this, and because it's so new, I'm in on the ground floor, brother. You know, maybe I'm like, you know, a week late-ish, but it's a lot of fun. You know, if you want to hop in, I say hop in now while all the, you know, celebration 0 anniversary stuff is going on, so you can get a lot of points. Let me see. I haven't spent a dime so far. I have 10,000 stars. And if you want to buy something, yeah, look, 1,600 stars for 10 pulls. Yeah, I can do a lot of pulls. You know, I've been saving up a little bit. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Let me know what you think about this game down below. I just want to do like a quick overview. I will possibly be making content on this game in the future, so stay tuned for that. But first up, I gotta catch up.